Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to do a video about what I do when I feel bad or like life is not going the way I want. When all you feel like is that you want to go to another country and change your name and identity and just kind of run away. So I'm going to talk about what I do when I feel like that. And more like example on what I mean that could have occurred is that maybe you had like drama with a friend or failed a test that you thought you wouldn't fail, that you had like high hopes on, or maybe like not getting into the university that you wanted to come in, like going to. So maybe if you're like don't tried your best but like failed still, and like those situations. So this is kind of like what you can do instead of like eating unhealthy food and doing like habits that are like bad for you, like instead of like going and smoke and just like not think about it, I'm going to tell you about things you can do instead that will kind of help you process it and so on. And also like lying just in your bed and crying doesn't help you. So one thing that can help you is listening to music. And I know that some people listen to Taylor Swift and that helps them. I do like Taylor Swift, but I don't know, personally it doesn't work for me, like listening to Taylor Swift. I don't know, but for some people, it helps. Sometimes listening to music can help, but for me, I feel like not in every case. But as an author, I sometimes listen to music and write on my book, and if I'm going through something, that can help with it, like because I'm like writing it, and then like sometimes just writing it down. So if you like text someone or just write what has happened down, it can like make you see it in a different angle and help you like move on from it, because you see it in a different angle, and that can help you. Okay, so the next thing I've come up with is doing skincare, because like taking care of yourself, making you the biggest priority in your life is important, because in your life you will always be kind of the most important person, and then you got to make yourself your number one priority, because you only live once, and you should be happy with yourself and love yourself, because as I said, you only live once. So why hate yourself when you can love yourself and feel better? So with the skincare, I'm just like taking care of yourself is good, and I'm going to show you guys like not when I do my skincare, but like the products I use, and also write some tips. So doing skincare is something that I personally didn't do for like a long time, because when I was younger I didn't really wear makeup, and I didn't really wear makeup every day until like maybe a year ago. Because I just didn't feel like I liked makeup. I just felt like I look pretty without it. And you know, I still think that I look okay without makeup, but I just feel like makeup makes you, I know, more comfortable with yourself, and then makeup can help one, you know, kind of express themselves. Yeah. Just feel like right now I just feel like I look better with makeup than without. And so that's just the way it is. I feel a little bit more comfortable with myself. Well, not that much, but I just feel like makeup can help. I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I just like makeup right now, so. But I'm also okay with not wearing makeup, just to make that clear. And also, I didn't do skincare because I have had much luck in my life with my skin. I haven't had like any problems with my skin. I had like clear skin without doing any skincare. So it's just like, why waste my money on skincare? But then now when I'm doing makeup every day, I sometimes get like more problems with my skin because I've noticed recently that my like skin gets a little bit more dry. So right now I'm like using more like moisturizer. Okay, so I'm using moisturizer more often because, you know, I feel like that helps with my skin, and I have one that I think is really good. And it's in the clips it's the later on, so I can show it again. Like best because I feel like it moisturizes the best. You know, I feel like more it hydrates better. Yeah. So yeah. But also one thing that you gotta think about is, even if your skin is good right now, your skin might get worse in future, and to prevent that, you can do skincare. Because it also prevents like that you don't get wrinkles or like that when it gets older, you know. It's kind of like, it doesn't slow down your aging, but in a way it kind of does, because if you didn't do skincare, you probably would have gotten wrinkles earlier than you would if you do skincare. So skincare can help with that, and also prevent like getting bad skin conditions. So skincare can be really good. So just taking care of yourself is very important. But also like positive affirmations is something that's good. So a tip is following Instagram accounts that has positive affirmations. As a female, I think that their accounts, I'm going to like write this for you here, and I think that as a female, I think they're good. But if you're like a male, then you can follow some male accounts. So as a male, I guess you just search male affirmations and you get accounts on Instagram. That's what I did. Like, I wrote female affirmations and I found some accounts which I like, because you know, it's good to have goals in life and to follow accounts that like motivates you to get to your goal in your life, and like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, self-improvement. So that's good. But also cleaning your room can help. Everyone says like that your room is like how your mind is. If you've got an organized room, your mind is organized. But also I feel like it's not that true, because for some people, you know, they are very stressed, they're organized people, but because they're stressed and they maybe have a lot, they don't have the time to clean their room. So I feel like that isn't that true. But it's good to clean your room because it, I know, makes things clearer. And like, and I feel like having a clean room can help, because with having your room, I don't know really how it works, but I just feel like personally that if my room is clean, then I just feel like it's kind of easier to think. In a way, I don't know, I just feel like that. It just helps me, at least. So the next tip I'm going to give is like half good and half bad. And it's like watching a movie, because watching a movie is actually like, it can be bad because you think you like, it's an escapism, I think it's called. It's called that in Swedish, and I think it's probably the same. But escapism, which is a coping mechanism, which is like psychology stuff and so on. But it's like things we do to escape reality. So it's where you read books, watch movies to get out from reality, the situation you're in. So, and it can be kind of bad because you don't process and think about what's happened, and you're just stuck in the situation and you can't really move on from it. But watching like a comedy movie that gets you in a better mood can be good, and then when you're in a better mood you can see things clearer. So in a way it can be good. So it's kind of like what you choose to do after you have read a book or watched a movie. And if you're watching a movie, I recommend 90s comedies. I think they're the best. So like Bridget Jones, Legally Blonde, you know, those kind of movies. I think they are well made and so on, and they can help get you in a better mood. And like, if you don't process it, problem in the situation, and you just like make yourself stuck in that bubble, you will probably start blaming yourself more, which is like, maybe the situation wasn't even your fault. Like, if you didn't get into the university you wanted, if you tried your best and did all you could, then it wasn't really your fault in a way, because you tried your best. You couldn't have done more, you couldn't have changed the situation if you gave it your all. But if you didn't give it your all, you can like process and think, what could I have done differently? Okay, so thinking forward and self-improvement is like the next part of like what you can do, which is like processing and thinking about it. Like, what can I do right now? What can I change? What can I do different? What went wrong? Why did it go wrong? Is there any fixing it? And then like, was it my fault? Was it a choice that I made that I was aware of that made it all like go wrong? Can you change that and like, you know, process it? And then like, can you remove the problem from your life? Because if it's like a person or just something that makes you feel bad, you should try to remove the person, or just like not focus and give as much energy, like lay as much energy on the person, because it could be hard, like if you're close to the person, so then you maybe can just switch to not as close as the person. But if it's just like a distant friend that you don't really care about, then you maybe can throw them away. Or it's like, if it's that you have like a test soon that you need to do because you maybe failed one, and then you know you can remove like the problem by studying more, because if you fix it then you won't have to do it again for the third time or even more. So just like think about what you can do to change or maybe like improve. So also like having company can help. Being alone can be good, but also bad. It kind of depends on what has happened. But sometimes just being alone to reflect can be good, but being too alone can make you like not see it in a different angle and just start blaming yourself, and maybe it wasn't your fault, but you can't see that and you only blame yourself. So like if you did your best, if you tried your best, then it isn't really your fault, as I've said before. And sometimes, you know, life can just be a bitch. So don't blame yourself too much all the time, maybe, if you do that. But you should always also think about like if it was something that you did wrong, and then how you can improve and change. So I'm not saying that you should be like, oh, it's never my fault, because it can be your fault, but it can also be someone else's fault. So it's just not like your fault, like it's someone else's as well, and therefore you shouldn't blame only yourself, like if that makes it clearer. So good friends that support you is important, because if you go out with friends that don't like really support you and aren't really good friends, that can make it worse. If you're like, because if you have good friends, you can talk about them and they will like tell you maybe that what they think, and like maybe reassure you that it will be fine, everything will be fine, and that's, you know, well, you know, reassuring and supportive. So going out with good friends can help, and going out with friends that don't care can just make you be stuck in the situation, because maybe like you want to talk to someone, and then if you go out with good friends, they will probably like, you know, you will start having a chat about deeper stuff. It's a close friend probably, but if it isn't a close friend, they will just like not really care about you and what you're going through and so on. So that can just make you stuck in a situation, as I said. So good company also helps. So the thing is, like, don't blame yourself too much, and everything will eventually be fine, and you will like not be stuck in a situation anymore. But sometimes it can take time to solve something, which can be very difficult. So in the meantime, you know, you could always try to focus on yourself more, because that will help you also in future situations, so you will be like more strong, because you're like more independent, which is like something that everyone should strive for, to be independent kind of. But also it's like you shouldn't be too independent, because if you're too independent, you might start pushing everyone away because you think that you are good on your own and you don't need anyone else in your life. But having company is something that's also important. Humans aren't supposed to be alone. We are like pack animals, what it's called. So we aren't like designed to be alone as human. So it's not good to be too alone, because we're supposed to be with someone and have friends, you know, have a little pack. So I hope that you have like learned something, or that it has helped you a little bit. And if anyone else has any tips, you can comment in the comment section, because it's good to help others, to be a good human being. So yeah, I hope that also if you have animals, that must be good company. Animals are wonderful creatures. I didn't cover it. Okay, so animals are also good creatures. So if you feel very lonely, you can be with animals too, because there's actually science that says that being with animals can help you get you into a better mood. So if you have an animal, you could be with the animal and then process and think about what's happened. So I hope that everything will work out and be fine for you if you're like in a situation now. And yeah, I really hope that. So good luck, and thank you so much for watching this video.